All right, here we go. We're going to go through Ff.4, solve radical equations, version 1. So we got a square root of n equaling 14. Now remember, to undo a square, you would use a square root. Well, to undo a square root, you simply just square both sides. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, clear all this out. I'm going to take 14 and then square it. There you go, 196, because the square root of 196 is indeed 14. So here we go, 196. Got them. And then you just rinse and repeat. Okay, how do you get rid of a, excuse me, sorry about that, there was an announcement and the bell rang, so back at it. Here we go. So again, how do you undo this square root? You squared both sides. Here we go. 0, oops, go away. 0.9 squared is 0.81. Here we go, 0.81. Hit it. Alright, let's keep going. Now, careful with fractions. You can type it in the calculator. I don't think it's going to be very nice to you, though. So 1 divided by 10. So if you go like this, squared, it's going to give you that. Now, what is that? Well, that's actually 1 over 100. Okay, that's 1/100th. So again, think about a frying pan. You got the stuff inside the frying pan squared. 1 squared is 1, 10 squared is 100. So I would write 1/100th. It's best to write as a fraction because sometimes the decimals won't be as pretty. Hopefully we'll see some of those here in a little bit. Square both sides. 8 squared. 8 squared is indeed 64. Okay. This is pretty easy, friends. All right. Oh, a good one here. Okay, now we've got to square both sides. So if we square both sides, we'd have a 2h on this side, then we'd have a 4 on that side. So I wish I had a calculator here. So that means if we had a 2h equaling a 4 after I square both sides, to get rid of this, I would have to divide both sides by 2 again. So I think the answer is going to be 2. Let's double check here. Okay. Let's see here. So what do I need to make a 2 if I square root it? Well, the square root of 4 is going to give me a 2. So 2h would have to equal 4. 2 times 2 equals 4. So 2 has to be the right answer. Okay. So I wish I had a scratch pad to do that for you, but I don't. Okay. All right, so right here, you solve this using algebra. You solve this using algebra. So I would get the square root all by itself. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So on the right side, I would have 6 plus 2. All right, so then basically, it would be the square root of z equals 8. So I would need a 64, I believe. There we go. Okay, again, where did I get that from? I took 8 in my brain, and I squared it. There you go. So I would need an 8. Okay, ooh, these are good ones. Now, if you have a radical over a group, you can't do anything until the radical is gone. So if the whole group is under the radical, you have to square both sides. So you'd have a 36 over here, and then you just have a y plus 2 on this side. So if I have y plus 2 equals 36, I'd have to subtract 2 from both sides. So 36, go away. 36, wow. 36 minus 2 have to be 34. Now let's double check here really quick. Square root of 34 plus 2 equals 6. All right, there we go, 34. Got it. There we go. All right, ooh, good one here. All right, so here's what I would do. I would subtract the 7 from both sides. So I'd have the square root of 13 plus j equaling 3. Then I would square both sides. So then I'd have a 9. Okay. So again, subtract the 7, square both sides. 3 squared is 9. So I'd have 13 plus j equaling 9. Minus 13 minus 13 j should be a negative 4. And I'll double check here really quick. So if I have the square root of 13 plus, what did I say the answer was? Negative 4? Let's go minus 4. Square root of 13 minus 4. And if I took that 7 plus u, I would equal 10. There it is. Okay, so I need to have a 4. The nice thing about these is you can double check until you find it. There you go. So negative 4. So most of this is just algebra. So the Desmos demo really isn't that great. I'm already at 60. Desmos demo really isn't that great. It's actually going to be better if you do these out by hand. And just know that you need to square both sides. Okay, so square both sides. So you'd have x minus 10 equaling 18 squared. Let's see here. It was 18 squared. 18 squared is 324. So to get rid of a minus 10, you would add 10. Okay, so you would need 334. Let's check that really quick. Square root 334 minus 10. Hey, look at that. Equals 18. So these are actually, Decimus is really, really good, the scientific calculator. Really, really good for guessing and checking. Or guessing and checking, but checking your answer to make sure it's right. So here we go. 334. There you go. And that's 64 in about 5 minutes of time. I know it looks like it's more, but I started 5 minutes ago. So that's it, friends. Again, minus 3, square both sides, get rid of the 17, boom, you give an answer. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Goodbye.